Oh, hello, and welcome to Aldente Rigamortis. I'm Review Cultist.
I'm Mikey, the Stand for Evil.
And I'm the gamer in yellow.
And we're here to discuss those internet stories, most creepy and most pasta, and be critically silly doing it. And tonight we have Storage Room 6. So, Storage Room 6 is by Dexvam on Creepypasta.wiki. So you can check it out there. And I suppose we should give our initial recommendations, as we always do. I'm going to recommend it.
I am going to not recommend it.
Interesting. Should I be the balance between you two and be a partial?
You do.
No,
Be the chosen one. Bring balance to the force.
I will not bring balance. Because I recommend it. Although your hatred for this may sway me. We'll find out.
Remember, some things that I like, Mikey doesn't like, and some things Mikey likes, I do not like. So
It's almost like we're different people.
weird. Like,
We're not actually just one person that's really good at doing voices.
legitimately should probably be one of our like disclaimers / mottos for the show. Is like, it's almost like we're different people because like our opinions are so varied sometimes on like what we like and dislike in a story.
Absolutely.
But let's stop lollygagging and let's press on to the rest of the story and our discussion of it, starting with the rundown.
I'm looking up the definition of lollygagging. Means to waste time, dawdle. Oh, what I'm doing now. Great.
Yeah. So Jason. Sorry, old meme. Our narrator is trying to get this story out under personal duress from the entity he experienced while working for his now defunct employers at a storage room facility, or at a workplace that has storage rooms that he had to like watch over and such. It's sort of nebulous as to like the company because he never gives the name of the company. So it started with the death of a plumber after a flooding issue in Storage Room 6. Credits. No,
that was fast.
Yeah. News caught wind, like newspapers and like radio and TV and stuff caught wind of the death, and eventually the whole business got shuttered. But not before Jason and some fellow workers got curious about the strange disappearances that accompanied the death in Storage Room 6. Credits. So I'll stop doing that.
Okay, good.
So on their last day before the site closed, they went inside the room to investigate. Jason, Nicholas, and Tobiah went into the strangely deep and flooded Storage Room 6. Credits.
Okay, I thought you said you were not doing that anymore.
Sorry. This is just like spontaneously like the bit. Like this is like even like scripted. After traveling several flights of stairs to get down to the very bottom of Storage Room 6. With only some flashlights and a crowbar, they split up, gang, and navigate the various aisles of storage racks with waterlogged boxes. Eventually, Nicholas and Jason meet up, but Tobiah couldn't be heard anymore. Like through the sloshing of the water, he suddenly just like stops sloshing, and his light goes out. When they call out for him, he appears, telling them to run before dying from horrific slash wounds that are on his back. Nicholas was out and gone as Jason tripped up and eventually himself began running, looking back and seeing the entity that had killed Tobiah, this three-eyed humanoid thing in the shadows. He nearly made it to the stairs, but not before the entity attacked And after inflicting terrible injuries and practically drowning him, Jason seemed to be killed by the thing, but he eventually woke up in a hospital bed. It turns out that after fleeing the building, Nicholas called the police, and when they arrived, they found Jason barely alive. No monster in sight. It took some time, or it took some work, and he is irreparably disabled from his injuries. And in some ways, Jason feels the entity should have just killed him. That would be preferable to the fear and nightmares it has instilled in him ever since the encounter. Finn. Yeah, that was Storage Room 6.
Credits.
So, yeah, thank you. We're tying it all back. But now we should move on to everyone tolerates the Grand Inquisitions. At this point, I'll start with this one here. Damn, that's some heavy shit. I brought out, my eyes drifting off to the storage hallway, period. That was a long hall with several doors on each side. So I feel like instead of like I brought like damn, that was some heavy shit, I brought out. Maybe I feel like it should maybe be like I said louder, because like he was whispering something earlier, right before this, and then it's sort of positing here that he like said louder. Damn, that's some heavy shit, like to Nicholas and such. So, and I just don't understand why it said I brought out. Like I'm not familiar with that euphemism for like saying something louder than a whisper.
Maybe the quote is actually in the wrong spot. Maybe it's him saying, "Damn, that's some heavy shit I brought out."
I don't think so, because I think it's like, "Damn, that's some heavy shit" is supposed to be like just like, "Wow, that's fucking crazy." Like what happened?
All right, because out of context, this is in regards to. In context, this is in regards to the death. Yeah.
And then also while I'm kind of here, also maybe combine the two sentences that I brought up in my quote. So like, I said also like, "Damn, that's some heavy shit." I said louder, my eyes drifting off to the storage hall, comma, which stretched along with several doors on each side. Period. Like for like just a fix for that sentence or for those overall sentences. But I'll move on to the next thing. No one has entered that place other than the researchers since the plumber was found dead. So I feel like it should be no one had entered that place, not no one has entered that place. Since most of the story is done in past tense and has seems to be like a present tense thing. Welcome to a tense talk.
I mean, yeah, but the whole thing, okay, as a general overarching thing, this is all said very like what's the word? Casually, you know?
Informally.
It's like thank you. It's an informally recited past events thing. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like you would potentially say that, like it may not be grammatically correct, but like people get it. You understand it still.
I know. I'm being nitpicky with that. So like I could leave it. I could take it or leave it with like has or had. But yeah. And then
in real life, when you're talking to me, I'm going to be paying very close attention to your tense, and I'm going to call you out.
Except that it's the way I talk, not like this is being
it's
written.
The way the character talks.
But it's also like this is a written format. Also, you know what? I'm gonna bring this up now because it was like the first thing in my actual thoughts, but like it kind of falls into what we're discussing here with like grammar and such.
Yeah.
So I'm reading this story over the course of reading the story. Like, there's a quote that kind of gets me here. It's like, I arrived at my work about 20 minutes later. The air was cold. The building looked cold. Everything looked so cold. But that didn't matter because inside there were all of the nice guys. Nicolas with his stories, Sebastian with his great sense of humor, and Tobiah with his funny faces and amazing acting. So as I was started reading the story, I was like beginning to wonder if this story is meant to be set somewhere in the Eastern Bloc or something. Like it's not ever explicitly mentioned like where this is supposed to be set, But between the cold descriptions and the names of the characters and even the mannerisms, both in the dialogue and also in the writing, I kind of got this impression of like Russian or like Northeastern Europe / Eurasia. Like, and
with a
this
name
isn't
like Jason.
Yeah, well, Jason's the one in like the one like kind of off one, but like
Yeah.
Nicholas, Tobiah, and some of that. But also like in the actual writing, and this is not a bad thing for me
No.
anyway. Like as I was reading this, it just felt like the writing was like sort of a situation of like English was not the first language of this person.
Oh, really?
And yeah, that's how I kind of felt to me the entire time I was reading it. And again, not a bad thing because if anything, it also helps the immersion of this first person account. Because I kind of got this impression, like with the way it's like the way some of the syntax is and the way some of the sentence structure is and such, it just felt like, there felt like there was like a tinge of like, not an accent, but like, you know what I mean? Like they're like, where like, again, English is not the second, English is a secondary language. And based on like what was in my headspace from like almost the get-go of the story with like, what I brought up where like it just kind of felt like this was in like an Eastern European kind of country that this place was set in. And maybe that's not the case, but just the way the writing was for me, I was picturing this somewhere like there. And the writing, the way the writing was, and even some of the dialogue, it just felt like more immersive because of that. But as a result, also like some of the grammar stuff I had kind of popped up because of that. But I was willing to be more lenient as well for like the majority of the story.
Interesting. Because I also felt it was like relatively immersive the way that the story was being told, but not for the reasons you're saying so. Because I didn't get the feeling of English as a second language at all. It's just the mannerism and the way that he was speaking sounded like a lot like just a guy telling you, like recounting past events. Like it felt very natural.
Interesting. Yeah.
And sure, there's like typos and stuff every once in a while, and there's some stuff I forgot to like consider or I read over, like that one that you mentioned with like I blocked out or whatever it was. Oh, I brought out whatever that meant.
I brought out, yeah.
I didn't even catch that for some reason. I must have read over that somehow.
Yeah, it's just like as I was reading the story, it just kind of like gave me that sense, and like maybe that's just like something that was in my head, and so like as I was reading the story, I sort of just like. Maybe I'm inserting that on the story, but like I got that vibe as I was reading the story, so I kind of went along with it.
As far as AI overview says, to bring out is a versatile phrasal verb that generally means to reveal, highlight, or produce something.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's, I don't know. Personally, I would have. Yeah, I don't know. Like personally, I would have like changed it to like I said louder, like or like I spoke up, maybe. But yeah. And then the last thing I have actually for the grammar acquisition is like the last sentence. I still fear that once I have to, I still fear that once, comma, I have to wake up to see it smiling at me again, comma, ever so silently. So I feel like a little fix to this could be like, I still fear that one day, I still fear that one day, comma, I will wake up to see it smiling at me again, comma, ever so silently. Just like a little fix there at the end.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's all the grammar that I was willing to kind of like highlight on it and like try to fix, because like, again, like I said, I was starting to get this weird impression about the story, and so I kind of was a little bit more lenient with it.
As I'm scrolling through it, I can't unsee the English as a second language stuff now.
I'm sorry. You know what's funny? I was even like reading it like with like a bit of like a bit of an accent, like Eastern European accent. Like I just kept catching myself doing it. I was like, well, and maybe it's because like I don't even think like not recently. I haven't really been like reading or hearing any like fiction or like media that is like set in like Eastern Europe or Russia. It just popped up like as I was reading the story. So, but yeah, that's all I've got for grammar acquisition. So, Mikey, these stands for evil.
All right. The first one here. I remember hearing him scream all the way long, even when he ran up the stairs that led out of this hellish room. So I feel like it either doesn't need the word long in there, or it should be a long.
Yeah, like all the way along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then the next one here. I was going to make this. That should be make it.
Yeah.
And then I have a conjunction junction.
Of course you do. All right.
And next stop, Conjunction Junction. Doot, doot.
And I am also afraid I can't tell what company it is due to copyright and trademark stuff. Don't get me started about it. And so was my job. But, as I already said, I don't work there anymore. And it still scares me to this day. It's that kind of thing when you know it exists, yet you don't quite think it'll ever get to you. So, want to know how it started? And then he spoke in a depressed tone. But that didn't matter, because inside there were all of the nice guys. And, to my surprise, he frowned and pushed me away violently before walking off through the doors. So, Tobiah wasn't pulling my leg? It has been flooded multiple times before, and we really didn't care that much about it because we rarely use room 6. So it happened eventually. But boy, it only got worse. And we can keep on going. But I won't. It's getting dark. So, on the day before the doors of the company would close for the last time, we decided to do a little research ourselves. Or just because of our stupidity. And for some awful reason, I couldn't get the idea of something terrible and bestial hiding down there out of my head. But such beings don't exist, I thought. It is all logically explainable, I thought. So the day passed, and it was afternoon. And we halted. It was rusted, and the lights on it didn't work. And we stared. It creaked like that sound you'd hear in those horror movies. And then, after a good minute of walking these terrifying stairs, we arrived at the bottom. It had been knocked out of its joints, and that this had been under our feet for so long. It was just a sign to me something was wrong in here. And in front of us, racks. It would be impossible for anyone to make indentations like that. And perhaps I didn't want to know what they were. It became a lot darker, but it remained silent. It was then we saw a figure emerge from behind the rack. It was too dark to make out what it was, even though we pointed our flashlights in that direction. But I goddamn knew I would. It's this kind of red button effect. And then another hand gripping tightly around my neck until I was suddenly pushed downwards, my head quickly submerged below this murky water. And, to my surprise, Only the entity's eyes remained once my vision went completely black. And there I was, all alone in a dark room once more. And I still am to this day. And you know, it's horrible. Smiling face in my dreams, haunting me. And once I open my eyes, it is gone. It has disabled me. And, above all else, Finn.
Sorry, that last bit was like, it's like we're like, and only the thing's eyes were as my vision went black, and how I'm in a dark room, and then it just never, he just was stuck in that dark room. Is he in hell? Is he in purgatory?
Absolutely. And above all else, you'll never know because it's over.
Yeah. Above all else, Finn. Also, really early on, it was like he said in a depressed tone, but that didn't matter because inside there were all the nice guys. And I was just like the way that they come to my head is like he's just disassociating from his friend's mood. Like it's like no, everything's fine. Like he's just like visualizing in his head, just like all the nice guys, like all the happiness. But yeah, that last bit was really kind of funny. It just in a dark way. It just like he just gets submerged in the water, and like all he sees the things like glowing eyes as his vision goes black, and he's in this dark room, and he just he's just in that dark room now. That's where he lives.
Yeah, it's like being shoved underneath the water. Like, is the creature like depositing you in a pocket dimension?
Sure, yeah, pocket dimension. Definitely not dead.
No, of course not. The entire ground, all the water is like a bag of holding.
What is this? What is this? The blue ocean dub of this creepypasta? It's like, oh, it's okay. He didn't go to hell. He went to the home for infinite losers. or he didn't die. He went to another dimension.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
That's literally what the DBZ like blue ocean dub is like, no, it's okay. Goku didn't die. He got teleported to another dimension. Don't ignore the halo around his head. That's everybody who teleports to this dimension gets a halo over their head. It's fine.
Wow.
They're still alive. Because apparently kids couldn't, Canadian kids couldn't handle the concept of death.
Wow. I did not know that happened.
Yeah, no, that's some of our a lot of the stuff that was aired in Canada, I think, and Canada and some other place. Not like I think the States even got no, yeah, they died. But yeah,
I seem to recall him dying, but it's neither here nor there. Regardless, so yeah, Mikey grabs all the sentences throughout a story that start with words that they probably shouldn't, like its, answer, buts, strings them together into a story with sometimes hilarious results. Basically, to highlight that there's always better words to use, except when it's like kind of like super informal and the guy just like quickly jotting down a bunch of information in case he dies or something.
This is one of those rare
Doesn't
instances.
matter, but
it's one of those rare instances where like it's the way the character types.
Yeah. But for
they are apparently trying to like get this out to warn people about this thing. But yeah. All right, Gamer, what do you got for Grammar in Yellow?
I got a little bit. Tobiah didn't lose his jokester attitude and said something about poltergeist. We laughed, and I laughed too, despite the fact that I was nervous. So, shouldn't the we laughed already include you as part of we?
That's the story secret. The Nair is or Jason's in fact a mimic. It's like we laughed, I laughed, the table laughed, we shanked the table.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like this could be simplified to we all laughed, or they laughed and I laughed along with them too.
Yeah.
To keep it separated if you want to keep it separated the way it is now.
For sure.
And then I couldn't get the idea of something terrible and bestial hiding down there out of my head. So while this is technically fine, I did stumble over the end a little bit because it sort of flip-flops. A cleaner way to do it would be like, I couldn't get the idea out of my head of something terrible and bestial hiding down there. Instead of like starting with the idea, explaining the idea, and then also mentioning that the idea is in the head again. You know, like it kind of goes back and forth.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
And then my last one is a front end, but that's not the reason I'm here. My God, this room was something out of a horror movie, and this has been under our feet for so long.
Yeah, and this has been under. Yeah,
did you do that one?
No, I didn't. But like, I'm not. Is that?
It's and this has been. I feel like you could just say this has been under our feet for so long.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like,
yeah,
that isn't really necessary.
Yeah,
and obviously, but
yeah, I mean, like I've definitely like heard, and I'm sure I've said it, and like I'm sure I've seen it in stories before. It's like the like basically the fact that this has all been underneath our feet the entire time, kind of thing.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I guess the other way to do it is switch the period ahead of the and into a comma. Then it'd just be, my God, this room was something out of a horror movie, and this has been under our feet for so long.
Yeah.
Because that would be better if he's saying like, well, yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that. That's all I'm getting at with that.
Yeah.
And that's all I got left for grammar.
All right. Then I suppose we'll move on to actual thoughts. I'm going to start with the image. I like the image. It's a creepy little like title card for like if you're like browsing through like the listings for creepypastas, you see this usually. But I don't quite get it in context to the rest of the story because I don't. Maybe you guys can help me on this. Maybe you guys saw something I didn't, or like recall something I didn't. I don't recall a video or Jason's laptop mentioned in the story.
Nah.
So like I guess maybe it's like it was found on his laptop like after he posted this story, but like I'm not sure why we have. So the image itself is like, it looks like it shows like a distorted or like a glitched out distorted like image of what maybe the three-eyed creature in the background, and then there's like red like bloody text that says "Hello, Mr. Montero," which is Jason's last name, and there's a sort of a little like like a header underneath it, or like a headline, a subline underneath that says a snapshot of a mysterious video found on Mr. Montero's laptop. But like, there's never, I don't think, ever a mention of like his laptop being discovered by authorities, or like he never mentions that he found this video on his like on his laptop, like even at the end kind of thing. So I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just like, kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, like maybe it was in like another draft of the story or something like that. I don't know. I mean, it is, again, like it does kind of fit the story in that like it looks like that is probably like the three-eyed monster that's in the story, but otherwise it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Wait, where are you seeing the three-eyed monster in this picture?
Like, you can kind of see like because like so the creature is described as having like three like circles,
you can see one and a little bit eye,
and one at the top, one above that.
The top left is where the TN eye would be if we're back in Dragon Ball Land.
Yeah. and then exactly, yeah, Triclops.
Yeah, and
my
then
God,
there's
it's just TN down there. He's been horribly like mutated to something.
Yeah, but also feminine, apparently.
That's fine. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, you could also see like where the smile would be. Like, I get that. Yeah. I just don't understand the context of this. Like,
yeah.
It's seeming like the creature is speaking to him through technology, although that was not mentioned ever.
No, not at all.
So as cool as this image is, I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's clearly made for this. So I feel like whoever made this knew the story. So where is this coming from?
Where's this in the context of the story? Like, is there supposed to is there a like I never saw a link in the story for like a video. Like maybe this is even from like a reading. I don't know. Like it's kind of odd. Cool, but odd, like in context of the story, because it doesn't really fit the narrative.
Yeah.
Are we all good for the image? Can I go on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. But I'll move on to the next thing I have. Starting with this. Stupid as I am, I started laughing. I laughed and gave Tobiah a manly hug before patting his shoulder. And to my surprise, he frowned and pushed me away violently before walking off through the door. Yeah, like, no kidding. You're you're the one acting weird. Like the guy said, like somebody died, and you like laugh it off, like give him a hug and pat him on the back, like oh, good joke. It's like no wonder he had that reaction.
Yeah, but that guy was always a jokester. Is the thing.
I suppose, but like I don't know, it just seemed like a weird reaction for
out of context, considering we don't know the characters, but
true, yeah,
it is said that he is a jokester, right?
Mm-hmm. Does it say before that, or yeah, that is true. It does say like Tobiah Tobiah with his funny faces and amazing acting. It was Sebastian who had a great sense of humor.
Yeah, but he could have been acting this.
I suppose. Yeah, I guess
his amazing acting.
Yeah, I guess it could be like he just like yeah, sure, somebody died, yeah.
You almost got me. That was a good one.
Yeah, but yeah, from Tobias like no, like being like kind of like violently pushing him off and like walking away. It's like yeah, no, like that was not the right thing to do there, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing I have here. Lucky for us, nothing got published about the dead plumber so far. So the customers would continue to come to us. However, on Wednesday, ... well, we got a lot fewer customers. Fucking newspapers, radio, television, all the shit. Dead plumber found at storage firm. Yep. So it happened eventually. But boy, it only got worse. Agent censored, missing. Research at censored, halted. Censored, storage firm, bankrupt. And we can keep going on, and we can keep on going, but I won't. I want to keep this short so I can stop writing as soon as possible. It's getting dark. And so he stopped writing. No,
Finn.
No, legitimately though, like, yeah, that's me being critically silly there, but like, in honesty here, like for this part, I kind of like that we just get like a taste of the aftermath of the inciting incident, but Jason stops short, like kind of like cuts it off at a certain point, as we get the idea, like as to like how bad things got, because it gives us it kind of gives us the mindset of him like being this, like he wants this done and over with because he's shaken from the whole experience.
Yeah.
And as we find out later, like he's like horribly traumatized by this whole situation and like forever changed by it.
Physically disabled as well.
Physically and mentally, like, yeah, changed by this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's a nice way of like giving us some of the details, but then like cutting at the right amount. I feel like this is the right amount of like information to cut away from, because like it's like, yeah, like we get the picture of what happened.
It wasn't leaving me wanting more.
Exactly. Yeah.
In the bad way.
Yeah, exactly. Then the next thing here, my little group slowly drifted through the hallway. I looked to my sides. Storage room 1, storage room 2, storage room 3, ... Our footsteps were the only sound in that hallway. Storage room 4, storage room 5, ... I don't know. I just really like this little scene. Like the anticipation of reaching storage room 6 is drawn out really well for me in the wordage and the verbiage of it. Like it paints that nice like kind of anticipated, like kind of that like the anticipation in the setting, as like you can visualize like viscerally them slowly and cautiously walking down this hallway and like count, like not outwardly counting the storage numbers of the different rooms, but like in their minds probably like doing that.
Yeah. So, and at this point, like they've put out a lot of reason as to why they should be concerned about storage room 6. So,
yeah,
like the reader is also in the same headspace as them, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's part of the thing I liked about the story was the first person perspective that we kind of got through it. Like it felt like I was watching a found footage film almost.
Yeah.
Through this written format of it. So, and then the next one I have here, this is something I think you brought up in the one of you guys brought up in the Grammar Inquisition, but I just want to like bring this up. It's like, my God, this room, my God. Sorry, the Titan's nest just hit me there. It's like, my God. My God, this room was something out of a horror movie, and that this has been under our feet for so long. The only light in this place came from our flashlights. The water in this place submerged our lower legs whole. This dirty water, this muddy water. I wonder where this came from. So first off, this was giving me like them going down into this flooded this flooded storage room, definitely giving me the whole like beware of Stillwater in abandoned places meme vibes, like from like a couple of years back, like where like people were urban exploring and posting on TikTok about like don't go into like still pools of water in abandoned places. Like they'd be like throwing rocks in, and then like as the rocks like fell into the pool and created the ripples, there'd be like a crescendo of like horror music playing.
What is the reason that they didn't want to go in?
So in the actual meme, the reason why you don't want to go into Stillwater is because it can like be teeming with bacteria. So like it could like you could get infections or sick or something like that from going into Stillwater.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, basically don't go into stagnant water in like rusty, abandoned industrial places, because chances are you're going to get like infected with something like gangrene or what have you, or tinnitus. But the other thing about this is like based on what sounds like
tetanus?
Yeah, tetanus. That's what I meant. Did I say tinnitus?
You did say tinnitus. I was thinking, like, how does that affect your ear and your hearing? But like, he said it
I meant
confidently.
tetanus.
He must know what he's talking about.
No, I meant tetanus. Thank you, Mikey.
It's better to be corrected on recording than later on in a comment.
Yeah, when somebody comments, it's like, what the fuck? But yeah, also based on what sounds like what occurred in this room, I'm just like thinking it's like you better hope that muddy water is just muddy water and not, water mixed with like other things that come out of human bodies. Like,
yep.
Like this is going to be a whole gray, like the Stillwater meme aside, this also feels like a really nasty like gray water situation. Like there could be poop in there, there could be blood. Like,
yep.
Not going to be a great.
Absolutely.
It's not a disinfected region. It's not a safe zone.
No.
And then we get this part here. Tobiah finally broke this terrible silence. We should split up. The faster we find out what the fuck happened, what the fuck is going on here, the faster we can get out, he said before slowly progressing forward. Let's split up, gang. I see Tobiah will be played by Scooby-Doo's Fred tonight.
Yeah. It's just such a dumb idea.
Yeah, they even straight up say, like, right early on, it's like, my God, this room was something out of a horror movie. Let's split up, gang.
Yeah. As soon as I read that, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me with all this? Like,
yeah.
No, hell no, you should not be splitting up.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Like, for story purposes, I get it. And of course, I'm fine with them splitting up. But, like, it's weird that no one questioned the decision. I know this is like an informal retelling of past events, but a little bit of, like, I sure as hell didn't want to split up at the time, but it seemed like a good idea, though. Yeah. Back when he was there in that headspace, it's like, yeah, let's split up so we can get out quicker. But 2020, in the distant future of 2020,
2020
the past,
hindsight.
maybe. Yeah.
Yes, hindsight is 2020. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hindsight is in the year 2020. Sorry. But yeah, it's definitely like one of those things, like you said, where you don't think about it in the time, but like after the fact, after you've survived, you're like, man, we were really stupid.
Yeah, and like early on in the story, he does say that, man, we did some dumb shit. Yeah. So everything else after that, I guess, kind of gets a glazing of oops. But I understand that, he's aware that everything that he did was dumb in the past.
Yeah, this is not necessarily a Derpland situation, because if it was a Derpland situation, they'd have no regrets. Like,
yes,
they'd be like, what happened? What? How could we have foreseen? Like, this one's definitely more of like, yeah, we were dumb and young and stuff when we did this, so really should have thought this through. But I'll move on to the next one here. There on the wall, Nicolas pointed at were deep and crude indentations going vertically. At first, I didn't think much of it until I realized the wall was made of metal. It would be impossible for anyone to make indentations like that. For a human being, that is. Nicolas slowly stretched his arm and ran his fingers over the crude indentations. I decided to bend forward and take a look as well. The indentations, there were 3, each position parallel of the other. The stench in the room continued to get stronger and stronger. My eyes were getting all watery because of it. We couldn't hear Tobias waiting anymore. And that's when shit just hit the fan. This would definitely be a nope situation for me. Like if I gotten this far and I see that and then I stop hearing Tobias, like one of my other friends like sloshing, I would definitely be like, no, guys, let's go. Let's wrap it up. Let's go.
Yeah, those are claw marks. We're leaving.
Yeah. Claw marks? What could make claw marks in solid metal? It would be stone, but in the reference I'm referencing, but yeah, also it's kind of weird that like it says indentations because it really feels like it's like, I don't know, like is it, did the thing like bend the metal inward with the claws, or did it shred the claw? Like did it make like claw shreds in the metal?
It's 3 vertical perpendicular lines.
Yeah.
So if something did a slash downwards or upwards, I'm assuming it went downwards as it clawed at someone.
Yeah. Or maybe it just like clawed the like, yeah, like you said, like probably like missing somebody or something and clawed the wall instead.
Yeah. Or it went out with both claws and like the left claw whacked the guy, but the right claw hit the wall.
That's true, yeah. But yeah, and then as soon as like it's like we couldn't hear Tobias waiting anymore. That was I really liked that like final touch on there. It's like they find the claw marks and then they can't hear their friends like moving anymore. It's like uh-oh.
Yeah.
This is when this is when the shit's about to hit. And then the next thing, for God's sakes, why didn't I just run? The light of my flashlight was reflected back by 3 large circular objects on a head tilted to the right in an impossible angle. Arms way too long for human proportions. The quite feminine-shaped body being supported by 2 pointy legs. Yep, run! Run, man! Run like the wind, man!
But she's hot, is the thing.
Is she? Maybe just some monster fuckers, but like, that are into like creepy, shadowy, like ill-proportioned triclopses, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, they are out there. I know they are out there. The internet is full of them. But,
absolutely.
I do think it's a cool, creepy descriptor, and especially with the regret that's like oozing from this description. I was like, for God's sakes, why didn't I just run? And like he just immediately regrets looking back.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love that you can just feel that in the story.
Yeah, because he went into a fugue state for a while there before even starting to run.
Yeah, like he tripped up and like what? Well, yeah, he went fugue state. Nicholas had the flee state. Like he just
yep,
like, up the stairs, gone. Like beep beep. But yeah, and then like later on, we find like Nicholas actually like isn't a complete asshole for leaving. I mean, obviously, like his reaction is understandable, but also good guy for actually calling the cops afterward once he gets up to safety.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so I don't know. I just thought Nicholas actually wasn't like in terms of like as a side character for the story. I thought Nicholas like wasn't the worst character.
Yeah.
Honestly, most of them weren't like none of them were really bad characters. Like were bad like character types in this. Like Tobias like just was kind of the idiot for having them split up, but like he also was just kind of under the whole like situation. Like they're all nervous about doing this. They're all like trying to like give themselves courage about this whole situation, and they split up for a well-intentioned reason. Had they not know, like for the fact that they don't know that there's something like dangerous in that room,
yeah,
and they were just like going down there, and they want to find out, like they want to get to the end of the room and like trail back as quickly as possible. So like.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not the dumbest characters, and not the shittiest characters, just characters that were ill prepared for the situation.
Yeah.
And then we get to this part here, which kind of made me giggle a little bit in like a morbid way. So this is when like Jason is attacked by the creature as he gets to the stairs, and like he's like punched in the gut, like broken bones and stuff like that. And then the thing starts like throttling him and like putting him under the water. And it's like, I was dying slowly, but certainly. It was draining my life from me. That and the drowning and the throttling and the broken ribs and internal bleeding, etc., etc. Like it sounded like when I first read it, it sounded like it's like it was dying and he was like feeling like it was draining his life energy. But like honestly, he's just dying from drowning, suffocation, throttling, broken bones, internal bleeding.
He's dying in the slowest and most painful way possible right now.
Yeah, like this thing is just like, oh my god, this thing's just like ruining him.
A little bit. Actually, a lot of it.
Yeah, very like this thing is delighting in torturing him as he dies.
Yes.
But in that, like, I don't know, it's like, again, morbid humor. It's just like, I was like, I was dying slowly, but certainly. It was draining my life from me, you know, through all that other things that it was doing to my body to try and shut it down. But I'll move on to the next thing here, and this is, I think, my last thing. The creature opened its mouth and produced the most haunting shriek I have ever heard. A shrill, piercing sound that sliced through my flesh and bone, until its cold eyes closed. Until its cold eyes closed and the twisted smile faded. I was surrounded by the dark and the unknown. From that moment on, everything is a big damn gap in my memory. I only remember waking up in some kind of random hospital. You know, random memorial hospital. In the town of Random.
Yes.
No, in some kind of random hospital. Hoses and tubes coming from my body as if I were some kind of experiment. Well, technically I was. The doctors were speechless because of a number of injuries I had. And then it goes on like how many, like all the injuries they suffered, and like it's a miracle he survived. And I'm really glad it does explain a little on how he lived, because when the entity got him and started killing him, I was wondering two things. A, how is he surviving this story to tell the tale? And B, is he in fact going to be telling the tale from beyond the grave?
Yeah. Because it may have been a ghost writing the story. A ghost writer.
we have heard that before. Like that narrative has happened before. So but I like that it like we kind of get this moment where we get this thing where he comes back to eventually in a hospital bed, like with all this equipment keeping him alive, and then like we find out like later that like the cops had showed up after Nicholas had called them, and they found him barely alive, and they brought him back. But he's also not like fine afterward. Like he is horribly like disfigured and like injured from it, even after like his life is no longer threatened. It's this thing, like this story really did a number on its protagonist.
Yeah.
Narrator.
It's kind of weird too, because like his buddy was like filleted from the back, like silently murdered, and then the creature just decided like, well, I only got one left because the other one ran away, so I'm going to enjoy this kill, I guess.
Yeah,
and just took its sweet time. But yeah, as in regards to like how he survived, his plot armor was just way too strong.
Yeah,
very strong plot armor.
And then even to the point where, but like it's also kind of like part of the horror, because like he wishes he died, like after what happened. Like he doesn't want to keep going because of like not even like how injured his body is, even after being like healed as best it could, but also like he's horribly traumatized from the encounter, to the fact that like he can't sleep in the dark anymore because he'll see that thing's eyes.
You know what I really thought was going to happen? Was like when he was pinned under the water, Buddy was going to show up with the crowbar and whack it in the back of the head and save him.
The crowbar just never got used.
No, it wasn't a Schrodinger's crowbar.
Well, didn't Tobiah have the crowbar, or was that?
Yeah,
Nicholas?
the other one did. Yeah. But still, like he could have found some other found object and whacked the thing with it.
Yeah, Nicholas could have saved the day directly rather than indirectly. But
yeah, because like unless the police station was next door. I don't know how quick their response time would be to get there, and like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I understand. Like, it's definitely like Nicholas. I mean, I was just praising Nicholas for not being a total bastard for and like abandoning his friends. But essentially, what he did, like he abandoned them in like that flight. But again, like I can't also blame him for that because anyone could have done that. Like anybody might have like had that fight, flight, or freeze situation.
Yeah,
and, like you can't control that when you're that terrified or like that traumatized. Like
of course.
Instinct just kicks in, like the chemicals start hitting. But the fact that he had the afterthought after he got to himself to safety to call somebody and they got there, I guess in time to save Jason's life. And the creature probably just like left Jason for dead, basically. Like after,
yeah, it thought that it killed him, but he still had some fleeting amounts of life left in him.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's just like again the story. Like I'm glad the story didn't like just like, oh, and I woke up in the hospital. Like I don't know, it was I don't really know what happened, but like they said like some of my wounds are superficial. Like no, he is fucked.
Yes, absolutely.
Like he is alive to tell the tale, but he is fucked. And I like that it didn't hold back on that.
Yeah, it did what most like Pokemon creepypastas don't do, where it's like, hey, there's a creepy thing that happened, but I'm fine. I'm going to go to the movies on the weekend. Like, no, like there are consequences to the events that happened.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, that's all I've got for my actual thoughts for Storage Room 6. So, Mikey, D stands for evil.
All right. So, we get the good lead up to the door where they're counting up the 1 to 5, and they get to 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get all three of us were then overwhelmed by an incredible stench coming from that now open door. The way we saw it, there was no light at all down there. The stairs looked unstable and went in a downward circle. Gave me the creeps. So, my problem with this is that we're going to Storage Room 6, and the first thing they get when they open the door is a stairway.
Yeah.
And it's a storage room. So I would expect an elevator that's big enough to have a forklift.
You would expect
Oh.
that, but apparently, yeah.
So you're saying just because it would be a pain in the ass to carry stuff down the stairs?
Yes.
I mean yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, you'd expect that, and like even they question like why this was like why it went down so deep, and like why are there stairs and stuff like that go down that way. But that's kind of the mystery and the enigma of like what the hell was going on in Storage Room 6.
Yeah, because like based on them describing the stairs, the other ones don't have stairs. What the hell's with this one? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, the other ones are supposed to. It sounded like most of the other ones are like ground level. Like,
it might be that like that storage room was like always not used and was always meant to just contain the creature, and like whoever was in charge of the storage facility wasn't told about this. So like when there was weird shit going in, they would just send dudes down there to try to fix it. Meanwhile, they should have just kept 6 closed.
Yeah. Just bolt it. It's like there is no Storage Room 6.
I don't know why they didn't weld it shut if that was the case.
Yeah. Well, again, like one person died, and then like people that were like researching, like or I guess investigating what was happening and stuff, kept disappearing. So eventually, like the place got shuttered. So it's like, yeah, they really should have like done something more to like keep people out of Storage Room 6.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is sort of that sort of added to like the out of context mystery and enigma. Like we don't have all the facts as to like what was going on with that room. And it seems like an outlier even for like the other storage rooms. So
yeah.
And then my next note here is about the dirty water.
Mm-hmm.
it submerged our lower legs whole. So that's some pretty deep water.
Yeah.
It's knee deep.
Yeah, they are definitely they are definitely getting some soakers.
Yeah. And my thought is like, one does not simply walk into dirty water.
Yeah, no, it is sort of like, yeah, like why are they like again, some of their actions are a little dumb, but like, yeah, that one's probably the dumbest, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Would you expect them to like leave and go get like boots?
Galoshes.
Yeah. Get some waders.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We are not prepared for this. We need to go back.
We're not prepared for this, so we left and we got waiters, and we got back. The building was closed, so we didn't bother investigating, and the story's over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I couldn't have went in there. I like these shoes.
Yeah. Guys, this was a really bad plan. Why did we think about doing this? Like, let's go back. let's go to get some breakfast. Let's go get some brunch.
No, the rest of the story is just them having a normal brunch and
Yeah, exactly. Like, why do we want to do this, man? Like, that could have like really affected us. Like, I mean, and Tobias, I could have died.
That's such a troll pasta.
Yeah, that would be.
Where like you set up an actual creepy event, and then they're all just like, "No,
Yeah, exactly.
we're leaving."
Yeah, exactly. Sadly, the story was not a troll pasta.
No, thankfully,
sadly or thankfully, the story was not a troll pasta.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Then my next note here is, and in front of us, racks, towering racks full of cardboard boxes and other stuff. So my problem with this is that I just want one line that says the bottom of the racks were empty. Because otherwise you have waterlogged cardboard boxes.
I mean, they do like a lot of the boxes seem like they were like moldy and like wet and like fungus was growing.
Also, they clearly didn't care what was down there because they never used that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that there's boxes, but I mean, for a company that's closing, they would clean out all the stuff.
It did also seem like most of those boxes were empty too. Like I think I remember reading like part of that, like that.
You would have. Well, it says ironically those were possibly all empty, but you'd have floating boxes.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, what Mikey's getting at is like there's a missed opportunity for good descriptors. Yeah. Of like the boxes along the bottom row were all like soggy and rotten, and there were like random boxes floating around that we had to push out of the way. Stuff that would just build the scene better.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Like you'd have that flotsam, like the cardboard, just like kind of just like flotsam moving around. Like, yeah, I get you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they would be a flotsam patrol unit.
Also, just wanted to use the word flotsam because I love that word.
Yes.
For anybody who doesn't know, flotsam is basically just like it's just random shit that floats in water.
Isn't jetsam also something like that? Because I tend to hear flotsam and jetsam together.
Yeah, they both basically mean the same thing. Yeah, like. Also, they're apparently a band. Flotsam and Jetsam are also a band.
I was just about to say that.
But yeah, basically, it's random debris that washes that like is either floating in water or like washes ashore.
Mm-hmm. Flotsam is accidental debris, while Jetsam is deliberate debris.
Yeah.
Wow.
The more you know.
We're all learning together.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, I could get behind like having a little bit more of like more description of like it's not just like murky still water down there like that they're going through. They're also having to like navigate through some debris or some kind of obstacles as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. My next note here. My brown pants got all soaked because of this damn dirty water. To which my response is, I see he is wearing the correct pants today.
Yes, absolutely.
I did not have a note, but I also was like, yes, the brown pants. Good choice. Perfect for a creepypasta, or perfect for a horror story.
Mm-hmm. ready to be shat in, and no one would be the wiser.
I have my also Tobias like, and I have my red shirt.
Yes. Yeah, he was absolutely the red shirt too, because he just died immediately.
Yep. Sweet Tobias.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And my last note here is about the monster. How we get 3 eyes and then a smile.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just, my mind just went straight to that 3-eyed smiley face.
I'm sorry?
From Evolution?
Yeah, or just Google 3-eyed smiley face.
Oh, yeah.
Make me Google something.
Basically, like the mutant smiley face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then because I had that visual, I lost all sense of fear for this creature.
Wow.
Well, that's a you issue.
That's definitely a you issue, sir. Like the story definitely makes it out to be a creepy thing. You're the one that's trying to be silly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my actual thoughts.
All right.
So like a smiley face full of like razor brown teeth.
Yeah.
Like it's a disgusting visual.
Yeah. Apparently, some people have actually done some fan art of this creature in the comments too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's actually a piece of fan art. I'll just share this with you guys since I don't think you can see it.
No, because I'm not logged in.
You have an account in.
I don't.
Indeed. So this is what the creature looks like. From this piece of fan art that somebody did.
Oh, that's fucked up and weird.
Yeah.
Cool.
Again, like for the audience, it's basically like very this kind of gross, like bald humanoid with like a black needle like teeth in like a smile and like kind of ill proportioned circles for eyes, like kind of just like inside the skin of the face.
It's like the skin's like kind of like loosely on it as well. It almost looks like a mask. It looks cool.
Yeah, I like it. Again, that's not too far off from the visual I had just from reading the stories. So yeah, very good interpretation, I feel. All right, Gamer, what do you have for actual thoughts?
I think I got a couple left. Let's see. So what's chiming in on most of mine? This part here, when they're like heading down, there was another door at the bottom they're talking about. It had been knocked out of its joints. We passed through the doorway. We were all shaking and terrified in this room, blah, 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 blah. So I know you said up front that like it was a dumb decision for them to go down there, and why did they do it? God damn it. But like something knocked the door off its hinges and no one bats an eye at it. Yeah. And because it wasn't described as a different door to the one upstairs was a metal door. So something knocked a metal door off its hinges, and they're just like, "All right, let's go."
Yeah, no. Again, in a in a rational situation, if I was in that group, I'd get down there. It's like, guys, I really want to do this. Like that was a metal door. I don't. Are we sure that like? Nah, I'm good.
We're all gonna get wet socks too. Like everyone hates
like,
that.
It's still water down there. Have you seen the memes?
Yeah.
Have you seen the TikToks? There's still water down there. We can't do this. Like, again, let's go get some dinner or some lunch. Talk this over like around the table, like just compartmentalize why this would be a bad idea.
Absolutely, but no. Yeah. So obviously, I'm fine with they went in, like I said previously. But again, I wish that there was like even a single line of like, we shouldn't be down here. What could have done that? I mean, like, we're only going to find out if we go in. Let's hurry. You know?
If they had like that bit, because like they do mention like they are getting freaked out by the fact that the door's been like ripped off its hinges. But if having somebody say it and then like them like rationalizing it at the moment, like, oh, let's keep going. I'm sure it's fine.
They're freaked out, but they still immediately go in anyways. There's not even a second of pause. You know, it's like they almost expected that.
Yeah, that part is definitely too quickly like just like breezed over or summarized.
Yes.
When there should be like there should at least be like a moment like reaction to that.
And I know that he said like he's trying to get through the story quick and everything.
Mhm.
So is that important to tell the reader? Probably not.
That's also really good. Like good to bring up as well, because that adds on to the immersion, because the person writing the story is a narrator, or is technically the narrator. So the way it's written is like he's just trying to like get through this so that he doesn't have to keep thinking about it.
Yeah. So he's probably not wanting to dwell in that headspace for too long. So I guess it's actually immersive in a way, but I don't know, man. It's almost like a cheat as well.
I mean, you can say that, but like, yeah, it's also like how people would probably write this. So
yeah, absolutely.
It may be a cheat, but it may be a cheat, but it's also, again, like it's realistic.
Yeah, for sure. Then moving on from there. In front of us, racks towering full of cardboard boxes and other stuff. Ironically, those were probably all empty. Question: how is it ironic that they're empty? Is it because like this is a storage room and there's nothing being stored here?
Yeah, I think that's probably what the irony is. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, because I mean, and they're probably all empty because the company's closing down. So.
Yeah.
Why would they have left the boxes? Wouldn't they just take the boxes?
Yeah.
They took stuff out of the boxes.
That is a good point. Like, yeah, they took the boxes were already pretty shitty, because maybe because the boxes were already in shitty condition, they just pulled the stuff out of it and put them away. But like, how did the company also? I mean, you could also say like, how did the company? I mean, they did lose apparently a bunch of people went missing. So like they just keep send in more employees down. Like until like they just kept sending employees down, and like occasionally somebody would go missing, but enough of them went down there with like a team with the teams to like grab all the stuff out of the boxes and move them up out of the storage room.
I don't know.
The company just sorry.
No, go ahead.
Or just like the company's just throwing people at the problem until they're able to clear out the room.
Absolutely, just Zerg rush that room until we win. But no, what it probably is just the fact that like there was nothing stored down there. Those were empty boxes. Like when this room was nice and not haunted
infested with some
whatever.
monster.
Yeah, people would bring their crap down the staircase annoyingly, and there's a bunch of empty boxes that they can use to put their stuff in and seal it up and put their name on it or something. I don't know. That's probably what it's meant to be.
Yeah, like I kind of like I also like seeing the story, like this is just like something that popped in my head. It's like I don't need to know why this creature's down there. Like I'm totally fine having this be like ambiguous and like its origins enigmatic. But my headcanon, like because I can't help myself, my headcanon is that like there was some kind of occult thing, artifact or scroll or some kind of like academic research being done at the back of this storage room or something, or again an artifact was in one of the boxes that we just never got to see, that had been like knocked down into the ground or something, or like maybe when it comes into contact maybe when it comes into contact with water, it summons this like shambler or something, or this thing from like some other place, or what have you, or maybe it turns into this thing. Like maybe it's like one of the boxes had like a desiccated body that when it got like hydrated, it suddenly it blew up into this creature.
Yeah, maybe.
Like there are some plants and some like some animals and some plants that like they can survive by just becoming like a dry desiccated husk to survive like desert conditions, and when you give them water they suddenly sprout back to life. So maybe that's what happened with this creature. This thing was found or something like that and stored in this facility, and storage room 6 is the one that always gets flooded. So like the flooding's not even like the flooding is it could be a result of this thing tampering with like the pipes or whatever, or it could just be like an unfortunate happenstance that like the right elements were in the right positions for the situation to have a catalyst to bring this thing forth and basically condemn storage room 6. So
I didn't think about that. Like it is intentionally fucking with the pipes to get food delivery.
People down there, yeah.
It's ordering out every time it does that.
Jason even said, like, I think he even comments, like, where was all this water coming from? Like, so, like, maybe it's not even like there are no pipes down here. Like, maybe the water's just coming in from wherever the creature is coming from. Like, maybe it's there's some kind of like rift at the end of the storage room that like this thing is coming through, and unfortunately, it's also like seeping in water from wherever it comes from.
Possibly, yeah, because it says like it should just be clean water coming through.
That's true. Yeah, like but
The
instead
water
it's like
could be
muddy and
fucked up
murky.
with like the 10 bodies that are in the back that it's being washed through.
Yeah. And again, like body people keep disappearing, and like they, even when groups go down, like teams go down there to look for things, they can't find them. They found the plumber, but they can't find like the other people that go missing. So like maybe they're getting like sent into like a rift or whatever, wherever this thing hides or wherever it lives, and like there's just a rift somewhere in the corner of this room,
Yeah.
where like, water's coming from and where it comes from, but also it's where it's keeping the bodies, or it's taking the bodies into its own home dimension or whatever.
Just
comes
no
from.
clips through the wall.
Exactly. Yeah. Could be like a backroom situation.
Lots of potential.
Mm-hmm. But again, like you don't need that information necessarily, because part of the horror here is just this out of context, like fear of the unknown. Like we don't know what this thing is, and that's what's scary. Like
absolutely, it's scarier to have those sorts of questions than having everything explained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, were I going to use this as inspiration for a Delta Green game or like a tabletop game, that might be stuff I would explore, so I know the origin of how this thing is attacking you guys or reacting. But,
but the characters wouldn't necessarily be able to find out.
Exactly. Yeah. Or that's what you might want to explore in a tabletop game scenario in this situation is if you have an idea of what you want to explore, that part, like have that be explored in the tabletop game. But in the story, you don't need to, because this is a preset story where characters realistically wouldn't get to know that because they encounter the creature and either die or flee from it. So yeah,
I feel like sometimes even in tabletop, like when there's some weird screwed up thing going on, it's kind of it'll leave a more of a lasting impression if like the players don't find out like where it came from, what was it doing there, like they just managed to like get it to leave, but that's it, you know?
Yeah. That's definitely one of the purest ways of thing for horror scenarios. The problem is a lot of people don't like that when they're doing an interactive thing. So like when they're actually like playing like a tabletop game or something like that, they want to know what's going on because like they
want to have the Wikipedia article open for the character, for the creature.
Yeah, I know several like Delta Green like GMs and game designers who definitely follow that mentality. Like you don't need to know that, but like there are also people that play in those same games that are just like, no, tell me what happened. I want to know, like out of game. It's like, so yeah.
Yeah, fair. But anyways, moving on from there. I don't even know how we got here.
We were talking about the
so yeah, we'll get to this next part, which is my only other note really. Me and Nicholas, how do you pronounce that, by the way?
I was doing it Nicholas.
Las?
Yeah, Nicholas.
Okay, well, me and him decided to progress. The silence in the room, the indentations, the continuous stench, the darkness, it got on our nerves. What or who caused these disappearances? We didn't want to find out anymore. All we cared for was getting our asses out of there. And yet, after that line, they decided to go in further. Like, I feel like if all you cared about was getting it out of there, you'd leave.
I think the sentiment behind that is like they want to know, like the quicker they get, like the quicker they find out what's going on here, the quicker they can leave. I think that's the sentiment.
Absolutely.
But yeah, like the way it's said, it's like, yeah, it sounds like, guys, just leave.
Yeah,
the stairs are right there.
Yeah, so maybe it should be more like, as much as we wanted to get our asses out of there, we had to figure out what was going on, so we soldiered on, you know?
Yeah, curiosity
again,
kills the cat.
Yes, absolutely. But again, this is also told informally through a guy who's getting the information out as fast as possible, and doesn't want to dwell in his trauma land, so I get it.
Yeah.
Also, Trauma Land is an awesome name for a theme park.
Honestly,
horror-based theme park.
It's probably Tromaland is definitely the theme park of Nukem High and the Toxic Avenger, because those are all movies by Troma Films.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Tromaland or Traumaland, yeah.
But that's all I got for notes.
Also, Traumaland is the Euro version of Horrorland from Goosebumps. But I digress.
You
So
do.
you're good?
I'm digressing, actually, because I'm good.
All right. Then we move on to final thoughts. So yeah, I'm still going to recommend it. It obviously could use a few fixes, but I just really like the first person horror of the setup, and I kind of like the kind of ambiguous setup here. Like we don't know what the company is. We're not sure where this is set. Like it's somewhere cold, it seems. So like that's basically it. Like my own headcanon is it's somewhere in Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
Just based off of like certain things that I was picking up on the story, but I'm not 100% on that. We don't know what the monster comes from or anything like that, but that's fine because the horror here is just the horror in this story is the horror of like a chance encounter and having dealing with something that you can't comprehend or you don't have all the answers about, and it just ruining you.
Yeah.
And it's perfectly like fine, and I like that idea of this. And it made it feel I was just really in the mood for like almost like a found footage sort of thing. Maybe when I was reading the story, so like it was really getting to me, and I was enjoying that. So, yeah, the Storage Room 6 is enigmatic but visceral in the danger of its horror. So, I was for it. I was here for that. But yeah, so I will recommend it. Mikey, these stands for evil.
Well, clearly the real horror is the murky water. And the fact that our protagonist had a gaping wound in this horrible water, which means that he likely did not survive, even though he's in the hospital.
Did he have a gaping wound?
Well,
he had some broken bone. He got punched, I think. And
Well, I
Yeah.
thought his lung got punctured or whatever. Like,
I think it's internal punctures from the ribs being broken in from being clotheslined when he was trying to run away.
yeah, that's what I got from that. Yeah,
I don't think he was actually externally bleeding.
Yeah, at first I thought like he'd been impaled by like he just like Viltrumite just like impaled him through the chest.
I've been impaled.
Yeah, exactly. But then as you keep reading, it kind of felt more like he'd been like either like punched by this thing or like you said like clotheslined. And it just like it was blunt force trauma basically. So, but I mean, like he could have also like he was being throttled and then like put into the water. So like that shitty gray water, whatever it is going into his mouth and nostrils. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the true horror. The story.
Infection.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like I said, the door to Storage Room 6 opening to a stairwell just to me didn't work because I mean you would expect it to be like a warehouse type idea if it's like all the other storage rooms. So that took me out when that happened, and then they go downstairs and they go into the murky water, and that was like, well, that's a poor choice. So I had no what's the word? No sympathy for Arnair or Jason.
Yeah.
Like
he deserved what he got. He was being an idiot.
Yep.
I mean, he did say up front he was being an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then, as I said before, my headcanon when all he sees is 3 eyes and a smiley face, just went to that smiley face picture.
To be fair, when he saw the 3 eyes in the darkness first, and then it murdered people, it chased people, it clotheslined them, it put them into the ground, and then it smiled at them. It wasn't like smiley eyes or 3 eyes and smiley right at the gate.
It was.
So
Maybe you built that image of the silliness over time. It was not immediate though.
Also, to counter, not to counter you, but like to be fair, Tobiah died first, and then he looked back as they were running and saw something. Because they saw something behind Tobiah's body, and then when he looked back, he saw the eyes, and then when he was being attacked, that's when it was smiling and stuff like that. So yeah,
Pretty sure I said that, but yeah.
Mhm.
No, you said that it was the way it sounded like they didn't see they didn't see the thing before Tobiah died, but
oh yeah.
No, you the way it sounded like you were saying like they saw the thing before Tobiah died. So yeah.
Well, what I was getting at is eyes show up, bad things happen, and then he's being drowned, and then it smiles at him.
Yes,
that's what I was getting at.
The lighting in his suffering.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, like, because my mind went to the smiley face, like he's being drowned, and then all of a sudden, like the last thing he sees is the smiley face with 3 eyes.
Okay, but think about it like this, okay? Mickey Mouse is drowning you, holding you under the ground, chuckling. Would you be scared of Mickey Mouse? The answer is yes.
Yeah, that's going some straight like mascot horror. Like, I'm sorry, like, regardless of the mascot, it's still killing you.
Yeah.
Like, the visceral threat of death is the horror in that aspect. So, but
I'm trying to say, like, your headcanon's fine if you want it to look silly, but something silly murdering you is still something murdering you.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, I kind of like I'm kind of visualized like almost the way you're saying it, Mikey, is that like in his last, like right before he dies, his last vision in his head is, oh man, I really love that movie Evolution. Because he's just visualizing the smiley face from that movie. Like, you know, like how like your life flashes before your eyes before you die. Is like that's the one thing that like the last thing that flashes before his eyes before he dies is the fact that he really liked Evolution, the movie.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, yeah. So my recommendation is still a non-recommendation.
All right.
Because of your own headcanon. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Fair enough. It's not, but fair enough.
I've given up trying to persuade Mikey. So like Mikey dies on the hills he dies on.
Absolutely.
It's what happens when you're an immortal cosmic being. You can just afford to keep dying on hills.
Yeah, for sure. we can't possibly fathom the way that his brain works. He's above us.
Yep. Gamer, what's your verdict and afterthoughts?
I don't know. I liked it. I enjoyed the read. The monster's cool. I do feel they kind of got away from it easy, and I don't know why it let them live. Because it's been it's been properly killing everything that it finds, but Jason has plot armor, so he's fine.
I mean, is he though? Like, he's pretty fucked up.
He's the only survivor of this.
Nicholas also survived.
The only one that was attacked that survived. And it's not like they did anything to like ensure that they got away. It's not like they did something clever, like pulled down a rack to have it in the way or something. They just ran and it worked. Like, I wish they did something to like slow it down a little bit.
Not to besmirch the good name of Nicholas, but his tactic was, I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he definitely just like, that's how Nicholas survived. He just left his friends to die.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
also,
I do wish they did something though to hinder the creature. Like, I'm thinking like that, like pulling something over in the way, because I'm thinking of like Dead by Daylight and stuff like that. You could do that against the creature when it's chasing you or something. But that's also done in movies so many times where like there's racks all over these walls. They're all so pullable unless they're screwed to the wall.
I don't know. Like, I think it's scarier that the thing that this thing, like, it just thought he had died, like it had killed him and just moved on. Like, it's just like he's the in quotes lucky one, but he's also like not the lucky one. Like,
No.
sure, he survived, but like he wants to die after the fact. Like,
it's not like the creature's like putting the fingers on the neck to check for a pulse after he's killed it, right? It's
exactly,
just, it's doing what it wants to do and leaves. Like, it probably just gave up when Jason stopped fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess that makes sense, but still.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, all that to say, I liked the story though. Creature was cool. The way that the story was told to us was cool. It was immersive. It felt like I'm sitting there being told the trauma of some guy that I know, of something that he went through.
Yeah.
Or like, as we said before, some stuff is glossed over, but it makes sense that it's glossed over. Like, he's not going to go in and give us a recounting of every single thing that was said, because that's not important to the story.
And the guy might even have like a mental breakdown just from like recollecting that shit.
Absolutely.
So like, yeah.
The biggest problem with this, which isn't really a problem, is like the image. I don't understand. It's weird because it was made for this.
Oh, yeah. It's just like, again, maybe it's just like, I don't know, like maybe there's something more that's not presented, or like maybe there's like an earlier draft where like this was recovered from Mr. Montero's laptop, like, but it's not really established in the story that like this story was recovered from his laptop, or like this video was found. So it's just, even at the end, like I was like looking at the end, like it doesn't really say anything about like he sees it like he sees it when he tries to go to sleep and stuff like that, and that's why he has a nightlight now when he goes to sleep and such.
Yes, which I liked.
But like that's about, and like, but there's no reference to like, oh, like I got this weird video on my video sent to me, and like I haven't been able to sleep since, because it's like, I found you, Mr. Montero. Like, how fuck does this thing know his last name? Like,
how the fuck does this thing know video editing?
Exactly.
Like, does it have a computer somewhere?
Like, it's a very peculiar image, because it insinuates this thing has some kind of level of technology fuckery, which is not present in the story at all.
No.
So
I wish it was, though.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if there was like there's like security footage that it fucks with as well, like right before the killings or something like that, to kind of like give us something to its ability to do this. I don't know. That's the one thing that's just like sticking in my mind that's questioning me. But with that ignored, which is easy enough to do because it's right at the start and it's gone, the story was good and I enjoyed it. I just wish the image had something to do with the story.
Yeah. So
I'm still going to recommend it. If there's a follow-up to it that explains this video thing better, then I'll double recommend it. But I still enjoyed the story.
Okay. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. So 2 recommendations and a non-recommendation. Do with that what you will. And if you like what you heard, or if you didn't, leave us a comment in the comment section below where this gets posted. Some of us are on Blue Sky. Mikey is at the E Stands for Evil, and I'm at Review Cultist. You can also send us emails at aldentebrigamortis@gmail.com. That's ALDENTERIGAMORTIS@gmail.com, where you can also leave us suggestions for other creepypastas, SCPs, spooky things. You creep it, we'll peep it. Yeah. And if you'd like to help support our show financially, you can go to Patreon. We have special episodes, early access, and extra content. To all our patrons helping support the show, thank you immensely. You're helping keep those hosting bills at bay. And as always, we very much appreciate that. And to our listeners and the authors of these stories, thank you immensely, because without your listenership, it'd be like screaming into the void. And without your authorship, writing and posting these stories on the internet, we really wouldn't have much of a show, because we'd have nothing to talk about. So thank you. Now's a good time to mention that we are a part of a podcast network, Crit in the Night, an actual play and creepypasta podcast network. We're there alongside our sister podcast, One Less Die, and our cousin podcast, The Role Playing Exchange, for things that go crit in the night. Until next time, I have been your host, Review Cultist.
I'm Mikey, the E Stands for Evil.
And I'm the gamer in yellow.
And this has been Al Dente Rigamortis. Sleep well.